Hey everybody, Ted Saporn from Smith Mountain Lake. Today I'm going to talk about real estate at the lake and specifically what drives prices of the real estate here. And it might be a little bit different than what you think. So location, 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 we've all heard that probably. So let's talk about that just for a second. What you have to realize about Smith Mountain Lake, if you're looking for a waterfront home or a waterfront lot, any kind of real estate at the lake, that is the location, waterfront at Smith Mountain Lake. So if you're looking at that type of real estate, all of that location stuff is already baked into the price of what you're going to be looking at. Everything's waterfront, Smith Mountain Lake, if you're looking for that type of property. So what else is there? We're going to talk about that today. So I've got a list of 7 things, just going to bring out the whiteboard, keep it old school here. So number 1 on that list is the view. Okay, so what am I talking about when I say view? Well, a view of the water, view of the lake. Most people want like a nice long water view or a wide water view. That's absolutely number 1 on this list. If a home is a very nice home, it's nice finishes and nice kitchen, everything else, but it doesn't have that view of the water, a lot of buyers will just pass right over it. They'll say, hey, we love the house is great, but that view is just not what we're looking for. Absolutely, view is going to be number 1. Number 2 is going to be the slope. And I'm talking about the slope of the lot that the home is built on. So why do Smith Mountain Lake properties have a slope anyway? Well, Smith Mountain Lake is basically a mountain valley that got filled in with water in the 1960s. So all of the shoreline of Smith Mountain Lake used to be either hillsides or mountainsides at one time, but now it's waterfront shoreline. So all of the properties have some type of slope. It's either going to be a gentle slope, like almost level, or it can be very steep, almost like a cliff. So the more gentle the slope, the more expensive the property. And typically that's going to be because it's just easier to get from the house down to the boat dock, down to the waterfront. However, that can be mitigated with a golf cart path that you can just drive down a steeper slope without any problem. But still, the gentle slopes command higher prices almost always. So number 3 on this list is waterfront. So there's a couple of elements to that. Let me talk about that real quick. So first off, how much waterfront do you have? Usually at least 100 feet of waterfront is desirable. Some homes have much more than that. A few have a little bit less, but not many. Second is how deep is the water? Most of the lake has plenty of depth for boating. There are a couple of areas, maybe 5–10% of the lake that sometimes do not. Third is just how pretty is the water. When you look at the water, is it like this nice blue water like you're in the Caribbean, or is it kind of muddy and brackish water? That's a big deal for the waterfront factor. The last waterfront factor is the boat dock. Everybody wants a nice boat dock. So what condition is the boat dock in? Does it need a lot of repair, or is it in good shape? Do you have 1 boat slip, or do you have 2? Do you have a jet ski lift on the dock as well? And what I'm talking about with a dock is a covered boat dock with a boat lift, lifting it up out of the water. That's what everybody wants. And most homes already are going to have that. 98% of homes already have it, but the condition is very important as well. So we're going to number 4 here, and I don't know how well you can see that, but number 4 is the house. Now, would you think the house would be number 4 on this list of what drives price? Maybe not in other markets, but it is at Smith Mountain Lake. And just as a quick example, you could have 2 houses on the same street, and they're the exact same house. I mean, identical in every way, exact same house, same finishes, same condition, same everything. And if one house has a great view and a gentle slope, a nice waterfront, and the other house doesn't have much of a view and a steep slope, the pricing difference between those 2 identical houses will be dramatic. I mean, I'm hundreds of thousands of dollars. Dramatic price differences, again, for the reasons I mentioned. Just keep in mind, you don't have to come to Smith Mountain Lake to buy a nice house. You can do that anywhere. So why do people come to Smith Mountain Lake? They come, well, for the lake, right? For the water, for the sun and fun, for all of the lake aspects that they're thinking about when they even consider buying real estate at the lake. So I've got a couple of other things there too. Now I have location. That's a little bit, that's more of a preference really, how I mean it here. Let's see if you can see that. So location, what might be something like, if you're a golfer, you may want to be close to a golf course, for example. Some people want to be within, say, 15 minutes of the nearest supermarket, and some homes at the lake are a little bit further than that. Or there may just be any location around the lake that you want to be closer to. You might work out of Roanoke and want to be closer to Roanoke, for example. There are people that do that as well. Also, really a preference thing is Cove or Waterfront. Or excuse me, Cove or main channel. So the main channel is, the advantages there, you're going to have longer water views, really nicer views basically, but there's going to be a little bit more boat traffic, more activity, perhaps a little bit more noise. In a cove, you're not going to have quite as good of a view, but you're going to have a quieter, more peaceful atmosphere and a safer area for swimming, things like that. Last one on the list is lot size, and that's not much of a factor. It is maybe a little bit, but if all of these other factors are already there to a buyer's liking, the lot size doesn't matter a whole lot, quite honestly. But again, if I can just, those top three, the view, the slope, let me hold it steady there, the view, the slope, and the waterfront, those are the big ones. Of course, everybody wants a nice house as well, but those top three are definitely the ones that primarily drive price at Smith Mountain Lake. So just a quick rundown. I hope that's helpful for you today. Knowing this, understanding it a little bit better will help you to be a more informed buyer, a more astute buyer as well, because some people don't quite get this at first. So I'm just trying to pass on a little bit of that knowledge if it might be helpful. Any questions for me, please let me know. Happy to help you. Again, I am a realtor here. If you're not working with anybody currently and I can help you, I would love to. Just let me know on that. But again, hope this was helpful for today. We're going to wrap it up here. Hope you enjoyed it, and join me on the next video. Take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye.